Hello everyone, this is Liz Glover Wilson and we are doing a shape that is twice as nice because we are going to be using two bolsters. If you are home and you don't have bolsters, go ahead and grab two pillows. Make sure that they're a little bit sturdy, maybe some pillows from your couch instead of from your bed, or a double high stack of pillows from your bed. Let's get right to it. This is called Swan and Sleeping Swan. I actually love this shape. It really has amazing benefits in so many ways. You could read in the details of this video for more about the benefits of this shape, but let's get into how to do it. So you're gonna have two, right? Twice as nice, two bolsters. Bring one about a quarter of the way down the mat. We're gonna place our hands just right over this first bolster and take your left foot and bring it by your left hand. That's just your first step. So this is kind of where you're at. If your back leg at all feels like not great, go ahead and pause this video and put some extra layers of blanket down. We're gonna allow this left foot now to come to where the right hand was. Lean forward and drop your hands onto the bolster in front of you. Drop your left leg down. Let the bolster kind of move with you, right? Extend the right leg behind you and then just look straight ahead. So in the shape here, this is Swan. Your left knee is bent. Your left heel is probably touching the bolster. What I want you to do is think about getting your hips in alignment, which means you're gonna slide maybe a little forward or a little back. So take time to actually feel your hips in alignment, your hip bones here in alignment. Allow yourself to start to soften into that bolster that is between your hips. So allow the pelvic floor to soften. Start to bend the elbows and come forward to your forearms. We're gonna slowly come into what's called Sleeping Swan. Let the fingertips just relax over that front bolster and just gaze downwards so that your chin is neutral to your body. Let the back right leg get soft. Good. Notice that you might be actually clenching your glute muscles. The butt muscles sometimes get nervous, right? When we're in a new shape especially, they tend to tense up. So I'm gonna invite you to just breathe and release in the exhale the glute muscles. Just try to soften. Notice the inside of that left thigh might be feeling like it's opening up here. Make any adjustments you need to. This is a very supportive shape. And the two bolsters make it twice as nice. Here's why. Number one, it allows us to get into a shape and stay in alignment, and that is extremely important. Number two, having the two bolsters allows us more room so that we're not feeling suffocated or that we can't breathe. It allows more room for our stomach so we can take deep breaths in and out of our belly. This is definitely a twice as nice shape. If you do want to go further, you can just stay where we are right now. I find this to be very comfortable. You can bring your elbows out, come down to your left ear, and bring your head all the way down to the pillow. As you do this, you might notice that that left leg is getting more of a stretch. Breathe here. Be still. Remember that yin is about finding that edge and then just being still. Breathe in there. You could close your eyes or keep them open, that's up to you. Let those shoulders start to soften and the elbows get heavy. Notice the breath. Beautiful. You could stay, of course, always as long as you want. Come out of this nice and slow. When you're returning from a sleeping swan, I recommend you just come back to swan just for a few breaths. Stay soft in the elbows, soft in your breath. Think about having a kind face. Nice. And then whenever you're ready, lean into that left side. We're going to just come out of this. So now we're ready to do the other side. We want to give our body that time to experience that equal amount of attention. So let's go ahead, coming to your hands and knees. We're going to set up the bolsters exactly the same way. This time, the right foot is gonna come up and over. We know what to do, yeah? Go ahead and shift that right foot over to where your left hand was. Drop that right knee down. So this takes a moment sometimes to find those hips to be nice and even. It will help if you just keep your gaze forward and just a nice long spine. Elbows are soft, hands are light. Reach that left foot back behind you. You could look back and make sure it does not look like a banana. It should just be coming straight out of the socket there. Good. Take a few breaths here. This is your upright swan. Notice where you are in this. Release the breath. Good. Let yourself find your way down to the forearms if that is where you want to go. This is kind of that in-between mark, which I really love. Like a sleepy swan. I think I'm gonna call this the sleepy swan because you're not quite in full sleep mode, but you're not awake. You're kind of in that transition period. Here is where I want you to play a little bit again with where your hips are in space. Maybe allow the right knee to come a little closer to the floor. Breathe into your belly. Again, we talked about this being twice as nice because this is giving you a lot of space in the belly area to just take nice deep breaths here and really find space in the whole pelvic girdle and the hip sockets, the low back, the sacrum. This is a really supportive shape. It's not just twice as nice. I think I could come up with like 10 reasons why this is a really great shape. So go ahead and stay here if this is feeling comfortable for you. Let the hands just dangle down. Keep your gaze downward and your chin slightly tucked so you have a nice long neck. If you want to go further, go ahead and start to bring the elbows out. Put the opposite hand on top this time as your left ear comes down. I need a little bit more space with my torso for this, so I'm going to push that front bolster a little bit further away from me. So remember, always, this is your mat, this is your time. You have complete agency here. What I love about yoga in general is that this mat is like this space where we can make mindful decisions about our bodies and our thoughts. We get to practice full agency here. We also get to safely explore the boundaries of our own being, inviting in healing and release. What a beautiful gift this mat is. Let your full body just be held by the bolsters. Allow yourself to sink into the Mother Earth. Let your bones get heavy. We're here for just a few more breaths. Let the belly breaths continue. And just as you come out of this again, just really mindfully find your way. Upright, lean into that right hip. Bend that left knee and just slide yourself right off. You could press that bolster away from you and take a seat. Bring those feet together for a little Baddha Konasana. That feels sometimes just good. You can feel the opening in both legs. Just take a moment here to feel that. And then let's go ahead and just close that up. Just shoot the legs forward. Go ahead and rock them out a little bit, bending one knee at a time. You could rub those thighs. It's good to connect with your skin. It is your biggest organ, right? And we don't always touch ourselves in a pleasant way. So when we're done doing something good for us, it's nice to just give yourself a little bit of a gentle touch and just thank your body. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you find some time to do these beautiful shapes that are twice as nice for you. Thank you.